Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another video, and for today's video I'm going to share one more team in the Hoenn Cup, and this is going to be the Shadow Gardevoir MENACE in the Hoenn Cup. So as I've already mentioned in my past couple of videos, I've showcased how strong Sableye is, but for that I want to focus on this video because I have a counter to Sableye as well over here, which is my Gardevoir. And apart from that, Gardevoir with the shadow bonus of charm, it is getting paired up with a good combo, a good duo actually of Swampert and Sableye. So all Gardevoir needs to stay away is from steals like Registeel and a Mawile, while the other two duo can easily handle those steals over here. So with Swampert in the lead and Sableye in the safe swap with shields, when all the shields are down, Gardevoir can actually close out superbly well in this meta. So this is the team which has zero bulk, and let's see how this team performed in the Hoenn Cup. So moving on with the first battle, I pick up a lead against Mawile over here, to which now the safe swaps into their Shadow Sableye, which will be getting just deleted with these charms going in. But since Sableye will be reaching to the first foul play, I do have to shield that, and now from this kind of range they will be coming back and revealing their final Pokemon, which ends up being the defense form of Deoxys, to which I'll be going for the first Shadow Ball, and it does gets the first shield from my opponent's end, and let's see how low this defense Deoxys gets with the neutral charm coming from the Gardevoir over here. And it is very low. So from this kind of range I'll be coming back with my own Sableye over here, because one Thunderbolt does not knock me out, and neither do one Psycho Boost do that, to which I'll be going to switch back into my own Swampert in this scenario, because they switched out into their Mawile. And with Mawile all the shields down, I do have a shield up which I'll shield right now, and it's going to be Iron Head, which is fine. And now I'll be going for the next Hydro Cannon just in time, which will just be enough to get the knockout for this Shadow Mawile, getting the win for the first battle, which they recognize, and they top flips the game, giving me the win. So it's a straightforward battle. So GG's to my friend, well played. Moving on to the next battle, I pick up a lead against Sableye once again. So for Sableye, I do have a good response with my Gardevoir and my own Sableye, but I'll be not switching out into my Sableye this time, because if they snuck in one extra Shadow Claw through, I will be getting I'll get the loss for that matchup, to which I'll be now shielding up the first foul play, and I can overturn this matchup going for back-to-back Hydro Cannons over here. And let's see what my opponent does over here. So they let the next Hydro Cannon go through, which I recognize, and I think so since they are having Sableye in the front, I think they will be having a Registeel in the back, which is the case in this scenario. And the sole strategy over here is to draw out a Sableye, draw out a Registeel onto my Sableye over here, so that my Gardevoir does not face this Registeel in the end game. So this is the reason I'll be letting the next Zap Cannon go through, and I'll be burning out the switch clock, and I'll be coming back with my own Swampert in this scenario. So Swampert is actually a very good counter to Registeel as well. So after building up a good amount of energy, I'll be now going for the Hydro Cannon, which has got the Shadow Boost over here, and gets the knockout for the Registeel over here. And the final Pokemon that they have access to is going to be Altaria, and this looks to be a good game because they let the Hydro Cannon go through, to which I'll be coming back with my own Altaria, with my own Gardevoir over here, and I'll be just charming the heck down from this Altaria over here. So they switched out into their very low Sableye, which just get charmed down, getting the win for the battle here as well. Moving on to the next battle, I pick up a lead against Medicham. So I do have a very good response. Both of my backline is having a good response to Medicham, to which I'll not be staying up in this matchup. Rather, I'll be switching out in the to the Sableye, to which it draws out the Registeel over here. So for Registeel, it is a very good thing that I do get the first shield from my opponent's end, and I let the next Zap Cannon go through, which I am fine with, because now I'll be going for the next foul play that does a bit of chip damage, and from this kind of scenario they will be farming me down. But nevertheless, Swampert is very spammy, and it too hits very hard with the shadow damage, shadow bonus over here, to which I'll be shielding up this next focus blast over here, because focus blast onto the shadow Swampert does almost 80% of his health, and to which now they swaps out into their own final Pokemon, which ends up being a Walrein. So Walrein, I'll not be going for resisted Hydro Cannon, rather I'll be going for the neutral Earthquake over here that does get the final shield from my opponent's end. To which now, from this kind of scenario, I do have my win condition over here, which is my own Gardevoir, to which I'll be now going for the next chip damage with the Hydro Cannon, and now I'll be coming back with my Gardevoir and charm down the Walrein before they could reach to the next Icicle Sphere, and to which I think they'll be coming back with their own Registeel to get one more Zap Cannon off, but to which I have my shield left. So all you need is to get all the shields down from your opponent's end with Sableye and Swampert, and then give shield advantage to the Gardevoir, which can sweep the end game. As you guys can see, that lands. There is a that's a debuffed Shadow Ball that does almost 90% of its health, and I get the win for the battle here as well. Moving on to the next matchup, I pick up a bad lead rather into with the Pelipper, to which I'll be safe swapping quickly into my own Sableye over here. So I do get the first shield from my opponent's end, which is fine. So I'm going to match up shields right now. So I'll be shielding up the next Weather Ball, and from this kind of range, they can spam out this Weather Ball very quick with the wing attack over here. But I'll be letting this next Weather Ball go through, which does not knock me out, and from this kind of range, I can again go for one more foul play as well. That does get the final shield from my opponent's end right now. Also, that is what I wanted from this Sableye and Swampert duo over here, giving the advantage to Gardevoir over here. To which now I'll be coming back with my own Swampert in this scenario again. So Swampert is not a good response to Pelipper, which will be taking neutral damage with this Weather Ball, so I have to shield up the next Weather Ball as well. So after building up to a bit of extra energy, I will be quickly swapping out into my own Gardevoir and snipe him down with Charm, and the final Pokemon that they have got access to is going to be the Registeel. So this is not a good scenario. That is the reason I built up so much energy with my Swampert, so that I can threat the Medicham and as well as the Registeel that is lurking in the back. So that is the reason they will be now again swapping out into their own Medicham over here, and Medicham will not appreciate this boosted not boosted, it's shadow bonus Hydro Cannon that does take out the Medicham. And since the Registeel threw the energy onto the Gardevoir, I'll be reaching to the next Earthquake, which does win the same beta against the Registeel, and I'll be going for it, which just nukes the Registeel out of the game, giving me the win for the battle here as well. So GG's. Moving on to the next battle, I pick up a lead against Linoone over here. So this is a Hoenn Linoone, not a Galarian Linoone over here, which have access to Grass Knot, Shadow Claw, and Thunder over here in this meta. To which I'll be going for the first Hydro Cannon that does get the first shield, and now I'll be matching up shields onto the Grass Knot over here, and I'll be now going for the Hydro Cannon in this scenario. So Hydro Cannon does land over here for massive neutral damage in this scenario, and now I'll be letting this next charge move go through, because if I can come back with my own Sableye over here, I can get a lot of energy farm onto this normal type Pokemon with Shadow Claws over here. But I have to give up my shield, which I am happy with, because since it's a normal type, I do believe they have Defense Justice or Medicham in the back, lurking in the back. So let's see. They have access to the Gardevoir of their own and not Defense Deoxys or maybe Medicham, to which they tries out to catch one foul play, which they do correctly, and the final Pokemon is absolutely correct, which I was correct about, which is going to be the Medicham, and Medicham is not going to appreciate this Shadow Charm going in, and from this kind of range I can easily come in with the Sableye and get the farm down with Shadow Claws and getting the win for the battle here as well. So GG's to my opponent, really close and well played from my opponent's end. Moving on to the next battle, I pick up a similar kind of lead once again with the Zangoose over here. So Zangoose is very much attack weighted and it hits like a truck. So all it have got access to is Night Slash and close combat. So they'll be now first going for the Night Slash, which does in turn does not get the knockout for my Swampert over here, and I'll be shielding up this time. So I do want to unload this Hydro Cannon off onto this Zangoose, which does get the knockout over here with the Hydro Cannon, and let's see what they do have access to in the back line. So they comes back with their own Sableye of their own, which is a good thing because now I can align my Gardevoir onto this Sableye over here and get the hard farm. That is really good because I think they will again switch out into their own Gardevoir of their own, which is a good thing. So it's a ABB team style, which both the Pokemons in the back can handle the fighters over here that the lead Pokemon loses to, and I'll be going for the next charm damage onto this Sableye that gets the charm down over here onto this Gardevoir, and I get the win for the battle here as well. So moving into the final battle of the video, I pick up a tough lead over here with Walrein over in this scenario. So Walrein, I do outpace Walrein to the first Earthquake, so that is not going to be Earthquake, which ends up being Icicle Sphere, and from this kind of range I can threat this Walrein with this Earthquake that hits like a truck, and through which I get the first shield from my opponent's end. That is really good. So since it is going to be one more Icicle Sphere, so I think I'll be shielding up this Icicle Sphere once again, and now I'll be going for a CMP tie onto the next Icicle Sphere, which is really good because I'll be going for the next Power Gem that will be getting the knockout for the Walrein, and let's see what they do have access to in the pack. So they have their own Sableye, which is a good thing because I don't have to spend my shield, and they cannot farm me down over here without throwing energy, which is really good because now they'll be going for the foul play that does take out my Sableye, but now I have access to a shieldless, all shields down team over here with my opponent, and I can easily come back with my own Gardevoir over here and get the charm down onto the final Pokemon, which ends up being a Defense Deoxys. So for Defense Deoxys, it is also a good thing that they have to throw the energy onto the Swampert because they cannot farm down, because I was having quite a bit of energy and I was about to reach to the next Hydro Cannon, and now I will be shielding up this next Rock Slide over here, which will be getting the knockout for me. And since I built up to the Shadow Ball over here, I do win CMP over Sableye as well, to which this Shadow Ball will be getting landed over in this scenario and getting the win for the final battle here as well. So all in all, Gardevoir is a super pick for this cup as well. It's a super counter to Sableye. So that will be all for this video. See you again in the next one. Till then, peace.